Hello, greetings. If you can't hear me, definitely let me know because as you can see, things look a little different here. So I'm gonna just keep talking. Tell me if you can't hear me. I'm gonna assume everybody can. This is like a really long delay, Jesus. Hello, anybody out there? Can you hear me speaking? Yes or no? Hi, you're good. Okay, cool. I don't know what kind of attendance we will have on this stream today. I have done a midday stream once before around the same time, and it was good because it gave some of the international folks the opportunity to hop in here. But I think that was Juneteenth, which was a Monday, and this is a Tuesday, and not everybody has off for Veterans Day. But if you do, welcome over. Hi. We're going to be really chill and casual today. I figured we would do a stream because I haven't streamed in like a long ass time. Hello to the 60 people in here. Welcome. Yo, what's up? What's up, guys? Yeah, we like to do this for the European folks because I usually stream after I work. So, like, I get off of work at 5. So I usually stream like after that. And by the time I normally stream, most of those European folks go to bed. So while we're waiting for more folks to hop in here, before we talk about today's stories, let me know where you're from. Are you European? How's it going over there in Europe if you are European? Where are you from? If you're not European, you can also let me know that. Let me know. Hello to the 65 people in here. That's pretty all right. Usually, like, no matter what time I start, more people like jump in like after the fact, which is kind of interesting. Um, Canadian. Hello from Poland. It's a mess. Why is Poland a mess? I'm nosy. Hello from Mexico. Hello. Germany, Texas, India, Pennsylvania dealing with this fuck ass weather. Yeah, it was snowing earlier here in New York. I was like looking outside, I was like, yo, what's going on? That's crazy. Hello to the 80 folks in here. Welcome, welcome. We're doing an earlier stream today for our European and other parts of the world centered friends. Hello from Pakistan, Sweden. Cool, awesome. Hello from Florida. Oh, you're a Disney fan and you live in Florida? That must be cool. Yeah, Costa Rica, cool. I've heard that's a beautiful place to visit. Snowing, but it's not even winter yet. Yeah, today was snowing. You look up to me so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. How nice. How wonderful. Okay, it's Independence Day in Poland, and it's been messy with the new right-wing president. You guys have a right-wing president too? That sucks, dude. Solidarity. Yesterday I had a crazy temperature drop, like a slap in the face. Yeah, listen. I love New York. I wish it was like consistently warm all year round. I would live in Florida if it wasn't Florida. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a fan of the cold, but nevertheless, we persist. Shout out to Zoran Mamdani, the King of New York. Yes, that is what has transpired since the last time I've been on stream, is that we now live in the proud nation of Mamdanistan. God bless. Inshallah. Oh, thank you. Somebody said thoughts on the Rangers. Great video on Stark Raving Sports. If you missed it, I do have a hockey video on the channel Stark Raving Sports. I was a guest host over there last week? I think it was last week. Thoughts on the Rangers. Well, they finally won at home, and that's exciting. Love that. They finally called up Perot. Great choice. Trocheck is back. Ambivalent to that, I guess. So yeah, I'm chilling. I hope they figure it out. I hope they figure their shit out. Girl, Pakistan is in the way to become the second North Korea. We are literally in a mess. Is everybody okay? If you're in the world, like, are we all going through it? Is there any country that's, like, relatively stable right now? I don't know. Just seems like Poland, Pakistan, the US, everybody's just going through it. We'll talk about Sydney Sweeney. That is one of the stories that we will talk about today. But yeah, mostly we're just chilling. I don't know. Pretty low-key. I guess we can... Should I start with... Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted by the chat. Yeah, no, we're not okay. Everyone's not okay. Awesome. Good shit, guys. I mean, we'll get through it together, I guess. I think we're all going through it. Denmark is banning social media for kids. That's kind of lit. That's interesting. I wonder what the implications of that will be. Yes, I saw Frankenstein. I can start off with that, I guess. That's like one of the stories I kind of wanted to talk about. I saw Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. I saw it on Netflix because it's on Netflix currently, and I loved it. I mean, I've always been a fan of Del Toro. Like, I didn't think I was going to dislike it. I was a little wary of how long it was going to be. When I heard it was 2.5 hours, I was like, "Oh, okay, he's really doing his big one here." But Brian and I watched it, and we both loved it. I just love him. I love him. I don't care. I know he's been getting some flack. I don't care. I don't care. He made Frankenstein his way. He made an interesting adaptation. He said Frankenstein, but make it Mexican Catholic. And you know what? It's interesting. I'm here for it. Is it the most faithful adaptation out there of the Mary Shelley novel? No, but it was interesting and it was fun. And that doesn't mean that like it has to be the end all be all definitive adaptation, right? If a woman wanted to adapt Frankenstein to, kind of play up more of the aspects of like that aspect of the Mary Shelley story, I'd be like, hell yeah. But like this is the version that we got, and I thought it was fucking awesome. I thought it was amazing. I thought Mia Goth was great. I thought Oscar Isaac was great. I thought Jacob Elordi as the creature. Now, Jacob Elordi as the creature is everything to me. And not that I've ever like ridden so hard for this man in any other role that he's been in. However, I would like to see him get a Best Supporting Actor nom. I think he was fantastic. Hello to the 125 people in here. I'm just going to repeat it for all the new folks who are coming in. We're doing an earlier day stream, very low-key, chilling out, low-key, because I'm off from work today, and I wanted to give a chance to some of the European folks who normally don't get to come in here for the evening streams to hang out. So, with that being said, after my rant about Frankenstein, let me catch up on the chat here. Frankenstein was so good, I cried off all my makeup in the cinema. Real. I wish I could have seen it in a theater. I hate Netflix's, like, really limited, release window. I think it sucks. Are we going to talk about the Grammy noms? I mean, we can. I reacted to it on my Patreon. I'm not a big, like, I don't know. I don't take the Grammys super seriously as much as I do, like, the rest of award season. I don't think there was anything, like, that controversial happening with the Grammys. Not that I know of. This is the size of a big lecture hall. Yeah, I know. It's kind of hard to, like, really process how many people I'm, like, speaking to, even though this is, like, a relatively small stream. Did you see the Marty Supreme trailer? Yes. Yes, I have. Timothy Chalamet for president. Fuck Kevin O'Leary, though. That's nice, Kaylin, European fan here. Yeah, we love the Europeans. We love you guys. We don't ever want to, leave you guys out or whatever. Yeah, I missed it in theaters. Yeah, it had a super limited theatrical window, Frankenstein. So it's like, I was just like watching it on our TV, which is like nice, whatever, relatively nice size television, but it's like, fuck, like I wish I was watching this on a big screen. Like that ending shot, like in the Arctic, oh my god. Like that probably looked amazing in a theater. But Netflix is so hellbent on their bullshit. It sucks. Yeah, I saw it in the theater, it was good. If you've never read the book, then it's a good taste. If you're intimately familiar with the book, then you might find it a bit lacking. No, I totally understand. Yeah, I understand that. And I get why, like, it wasn't, I think a lot of people are just really sort of aching for like a really true to its roots Frankenstein adaptation. And this wasn't that, but that's not to say that Guillermo didn't put like a ton of care in it, but like, I understand that critique that like people are just kind of, frustrated that it's not like a one-to-one. But I thought that was really interesting. I don't know. I guess I can compare it to Nosferatu, which I also really liked, but Nosferatu was like a really kind of, I feel like, straight adaptation. And this like wasn't that. This was, again, it was Frankenstein, but make it Mexican Catholic. And like, it's Guillermo del Toro. You know what? I'm along for the ride. I'm into it. I don't think it's going to be like Oscar villain status, but I think it is going to get nominated for Best Picture, and it's going to make so many fucking people mad. That's what I think. Caitlin is holding up U.S.-Euro relations single-handedly. Hell yeah. It's still at the Angelica Theater, I think. Yeah, I think it is. We looked into it at like maybe going to see it in person, but I don't know. We just were like, okay, it's whatever. It's on the TV. We'll watch it on the TV, I guess. Did we already talk about Zendaya versus Sweeney? We'll talk about Sydney Sweeney. That's coming soon. Hanging out. Costume nod? Yeah, I hope they get a costume nod. For sure. Greetings from Catalonia. Hello. I'm a book prude and I love the movie. Real. Hello to the 140 people in here. Okay, we got a decent crowd. Good stuff. I haven't done this in a while. My mic is new. Also, we bought this, I don't know, like last week. It's like my final tax write-off of the year. And we bought this like arm thing. And Brian did a great job. He put together the arm for it. And then we like had to get to the point where we had to like drill it into my desk, and like neither of us really wanted to do that. So my dad came over yesterday and he did it. So now like this is my first test with like the microphone arm. But yeah. Grammy nominations are out. I did a little like blind react to it on my Patreon. We can talk about it, I guess. I don't think there's anything super, I don't know, like mega interesting about it. I mean, fight with me about that, I guess. I just, again, like, I don't know. The Grammys just aren't that interesting to me because they're always doing some like fuck ass stuff. You know? It's like, oh, what are they doing this year that's like just general fuck assery? Oh, that makes sense. You know? Like it's not super interesting to me. There's a siren happening. Welcome to New York, folks. Lots of sirens going on. I hope Haley wins some stuff. Yeah, I am team Haley and Lady Gaga, and that's where my care in the situation sort of ends. Yeah, the noms aren't super interesting because it was a weaker year for music. I agree with that. It was like a little boring. I just like looked at these categories and I was like, okay, like whatever. I'm rooting for Hayley Williams, Lady Gaga, Kendrick and SZA, and Tyler, and that's it. That's kind of again where my caring ends. So love the lyrics in Haley's album. Haley's album is my favorite album of the year, which is unsurprising because as y'all know, I am a big Paramore fan. I've heard the new Rosalia album is good. I haven't listened to it. I'm not as like, I need to like be, I don't know. I talk about music a lot on the channel, but I think it's more like music discourse than music itself, you know? And so I feel like I'm generally behind on like later releases and what people are into. So only thing that upsets me about the Grammys was Conan being snubbed for Vodka Cranberry. That's funny. I'd also love for Chapel to win for the Subway. I doubt she will. I listen, I love Chapel. I think that song is good. I just think, I don't know, she was kind of like doomed with it from the start there. I'm really bad about listening to different music. Yeah, I've just been like listening to basically the fucking Hayley Williams album. I also like, I'm like really weird. I only listen to music when I'm like moving around. Like if I'm going for a walk, I'm listening to music. But if I'm doing like errands and stuff, or just like chilling out, like I'm listening to podcasts or audiobooks or something like that. Have you heard the new Charlie XCX track for Wuthering Heights? I haven't yet, but I hope that that brings another 700 people to my Wuthering Heights video because it's so close to 100K. The views on that video are sitting at currently 99.7. So I hope for my sake that song does well and that my video does a little bit better. Super happy for Chapel and Sabrina getting nominations. I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised, I guess. New Lily Allen album is good. Yeah, a lot of people want me to talk about the Lily Allen stuff and the David Harbour stuff. I don't know, guys. I don't like talking about relationship drama. It's like not that interesting to me. I'll talk about it if it's relevant to a particular like subject that I'm actually interested in, but I don't know. It's like not, I don't know. I mean, everybody who just the general, like, I think consensus with my channel is that I talk about, like, celebrity tabloid gossip, and so I understand why people are suggesting that to me, but, like, that's, like, a line over the edge of, like, too much celebrity tabloid gossip. Like, I don't really care. Like, he's a shitty person and she's a shitty person. The album's good, though. Like, whatever. Oh, that's true. New Florence and the Machine. I did listen to New Florence and the Machine. I love Florence Welch, so I will always go up for New Florence and the Machine for sure. Yeah, Pink Panthers win would be cool. You managed to get the Hayley Williams pre-sale tickets? No, because I wasn't paying attention to that when it happened. I don't know. I'll probably try to like find tickets to that at some point somehow. I think in New York she's playing at Hammerstein Ballroom, which is a venue that I like, that I've been to before. So I don't know. May try to find my way in there at some point. I used to go to shows a lot, and now, I don't know, I feel like I don't go as much because it's so fucking expensive, and I would rather spend that money on hockey games these days than, like, shows. But, yeah. You think Lily is shitty? Do tell. Didn't she like fucking dress up as like a Dr. Luke victim or some bullshit? Like, didn't she do something shitty? Didn't she have like a weird thing with Zoe Kravitz or some shit? Like, I don't know. I just like I've every time I always like pay attention to what she's doing, it's always like some fuck shit that I'm like, I don't. Okay, whatever. Like, maybe I'm wrong. I'm just speaking off the top of my head. Sorry, I'm just speaking without knowing things. But do you listen to FKA Twigs? I like that album. I'm not like the biggest FKA Twigs fan, but I did like that album when I listened to it. The concept of Wicked and K-pop Demon Hunters getting nominated for Best Musical at the Oscars and Golden Globes. I mean, I don't know. I'm not surprised by that, I guess. Yes, we talked about Frankenstein, Brian Carter, before you came in here. I loved it. I thought it was great. I come out of the woodwork once every 2 years to defend Guillermo del Toro with my life. Because yeah. Lily Allen has OnlyFans for her feet. Okay, interesting. Yes, yeah, Frankenstein was awesome. Okay, we have 165 folks in here. I guess Smash Frankenstein or Nosferatu. Jonathan Fuji. Oh my god, always coming out into my chat to cause chaos. Smash Frankenstein. Smash them both. I don't care, smash them both. Whatever. Am I real for that? I think so. New Rosalia album is incredible. I've heard that. I have to listen to it. I'd have to make time to listen to new albums. You have any insight as to why The Weeknd keeps getting snubbed at the Grammys? I mean, I don't think Hurry Up Tomorrow was that good. I'm surprised it wasn't nominated for everything, especially after they made that whole show of being like, oh, we were mean to The Weeknd and now we're gonna like be better about it. Like, I'm surprised, but I'm also like, I didn't love that album. Nosferatu x Frankenstein. That's what I think. I think Nosferatu and Frankenstein should kiss. Anyway, have I listened to the new Katy Perry single Band-Aids? Yeah, I thought it was fine. That was alright. That was pretty good. Not bad. Nosferatu was hideous? Nah, I think he's alright. Mia Goth's married to Shia LaBeouf? I didn't know that. Really? I did not know that at all. Wow. That's some new information, guys. I didn't know. Have you listened to Jade's new album or the singles? I don't know who Jade is. I'm sorry. Am I a boomer? Is that a boomer opinion? I don't know who that is. This is why sometimes we need Derek, the drag detective, in the chat, because he keeps up with like music more than I do, so he would totally know who that is, but I do not. They have a kid. Mia Goth and Shia LaBeouf have a kid together? Are we for real? What is going on? I did not know this at all. Hey Kayla, I just wanted to say that I really like your videos and I hope you will keep posting stuff. Much love from Austria. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Frankenstein's monster is like Bill the boyfriend. I mean, that's kind of like the plot of Rocky Horror if you think about it. She was a singer from Little Mix. She went solo this year. Shia LaBeouf and Mia Goth have 2 kids. What has happened? Like, I'm just having so many revelations at once, chat. This is crazy. Who is Jade? Mia Goth has a child. Like, what? This is wild. Have you listened to Maris? Don't know who that is. Jade, Perry, and Lei Ann were in Little Mix all solo now. I saw Little Mix open once for somebody, and I don't remember who it was, and they were not good. That is where my like knowledge of Little Mix ends. Kayla getting me a goth lore from the chat as well. I mean, I know her from what's that fucking movie? What is the name of the movie that Mia Goth is in? I saw it and I was like, that's cool. Derek is probably too busy with Drag Duel. Yeah, I work on Drag Duel. He is busy with it. Do you think Sinners and Frankenstein have a shot at the Oscars? Yeah, I think they have as much of a shot of it at it as anybody else. Pearl, that's the movie. I like that movie. I like Mia Goth. Cool. I can't give much insight into my opinion on her relationship. I know Shia LaBeouf's like a shitty guy, but I listen. I'm just learning about this information for the first time. Ariana or Demi, Little Mix is supreme. I don't know. Whoever. Ariana, I guess. Michael B. Jordan for lead actor nom win. I think he should get nominated. I don't think he's gonna win. It's tough. You really like the Weeknd album. If you like the Weeknd album, that's cool. Listen, I don't have the correct end all be all opinions on anything, much less like music or whatever. I could be wrong, you know. Yeah, she did also. Mia Goth also played the mom in Frankenstein, which I didn't know until after I watched it. And I was like, oh, they give her eyebrows and it changes her entire face. It's crazy. Who's your pick for best new artist this year? Who's fucking in that category? Somber's in that category, right? It's not Somber and it's not Alex Warren. I can tell you that. Isn't Olivia Dean in there? I like Olivia Dean. I think that would be cool. Do you know about Cat's Eye? I know the bare minimum about Cat's Eye that needs to be known, I guess. I like the Jeans commercial. I know the song Gnarly. That's about where my knowledge ends. I didn't care for Hurry Up Tomorrow, but they're wrong for snubbing him. I think it might have to do with, like, because I did see the movie, the Hurry Up Tomorrow movie, and it was bad. Like, I'm not surprised if you know, if that had some kind of impact on it. The Marias. Okay, you know what? No, okay, yes. I want the Marias to win. I like the Marias a lot. That would be really cool if the Marias won. That's my take. Are you stuffing the Grammy ballots for Somber? Always. Favorite, least favorite Ryan Murphy show? Popular, which starred Leslie Bibb and Carly Pope, which only lasted 2 seasons. Available on DVD. Never heard of it. Good to know. Leon Thomas would also be cool. I really like that Leon Thomas album. I really like his Tiny Desk. I listen to his Tiny Desk performance a lot. Yes, Pluribus is in the thumbnail. That's one of the things I wanted to talk about. I did check it out. Loved it. I love Vince Gilligan. I love everything he does. So, yeah, right up my alley. Yeah, Leon Thomas would be cool too. Speaking of Jeans commercial, Miss Sweeney. Okay, that's as good of a transition into anything. A lot of times I use these streams as ways to gauge whether or not I should make videos about things. Hello to the 180 people in here. Hello. And so Sydney Sweeney's sort of back in the news for a couple different reasons. One of the reasons is she did this interview where the interviewer, who was like a little fuck ass, like I'm not gonna lie, like she was not great at her job. She just seemed really nervous. Asked her to disavow white supremacy, and she kind of just like stared blankly at the camera and was like, no. And that's kind of like coinciding with this movie that she was in called Christie, which is about a boxer. She portrays this boxer who I believe is LGBTQ in real life, like it's a real life character, who faces domestic violence. And so that movie like flopped at the box office, and people are like, well, if you spend a whole big portion of the year pandering to like the alt-right gooners, and then you try to make a movie that's like meaningful, you know, what do you expect? To the point where I think Jon Stewart like commented on it last night or something. Like it was so that's like some discourse there. I don't know if it's worth like making an entire video about. I'm gonna probably after the stream like try to figure out what to make a video about. So yeah, let me see if I can like pull a reference up for what I'm talking about. Give me a sec. Going to another tab. Boo the host. Boo the host for not having this prepared. Shit. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to find like something that I can like actively reference for you. Give me a sec. I mean, she's a registered Republican. Did we expect her to disavow white supremacy? I mean, if you're asked point blank, I think it would be good common sense. But, you know, we live in crazy times. What did Zendaya have to do with it? There's rumors that Zendaya and Sydney Sweeney are beefing on the set of Euphoria because of Sydney Sweeney's politics. It didn't come from a great source. I don't know if, like, you know, that's like legit or not. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna share my screen so you can kind of see like what I've been seeing about this. Share screen. Fucking Sydney Sweeney on X, the everything app. Okay, so yeah, y'all can see what I'm seeing right now, right? Yeah, okay. So basically, this is kind of like the stream of things I've been seeing. It's been like a meme now where people are like putting Sydney Sweeney next to like other women who are liberal and being like, haha, she's more attractive or whatever. Like that's been happening, been seeing that a lot. I don't know if this is real either, but people have been posting like, you know, Sydney Sweeney's PR team allegedly is, if you can't see this, it says, reaching on behalf of Sydney Sweeney and the Christie team, which is the movie she just did. Your derogatory tweet unfairly paints our film in a negative light, even though it has a 99% audience score on the popcorn meter and strong rave reviews for Sydney's performance. It's disappointing to see a genuine original product reduced to such cheap shot online. We'd appreciate more balanced thought next time, especially toward original cinema. Like, I don't know if that's real, but I've been seeing a lot of that. Sorry, I'm catching up on the chat because I just read that, so I couldn't see the chat. Yeah, hold on. Sorry. Pretty face, but has a horrible personality. It came from the Daily Mail. Forgot Euphoria was still being produced. Yeah. Hi, Andrea. Someone said hi, Kayla. Hi, Andrea. Not the popcorn meter. Zendaya's ops or my ops. Hi, Desi. Oh my god, Foreign. Hey, Foreign, what's up? Thank you. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's crazy. Everybody say hi to Foreign in the chat. And hello to the almost 200 people in here. Yeah, so basically, like, Kayla Slays, hey, Foreign. Yeah, so what I've been seeing is a lot of this stuff. Like, again, I don't know if this is legit, but I think it's a commentary on, like, you know, she's like back in the news because it's a question of whether or not, you know, this whole pandering to the right-wing gooners thing actually worked, right? All Sydney Sweeney had to say was, "I'm not racist, bro. I'm Matteo. This is the funniest career suicide I've ever seen." So, like, my question to you guys, I guess, and this is what, if you've never been to a stream before, this is kind of what I use them for, is to, like, gauge whether or not I should, you know, make videos on certain things. Is there enough here where it's, like, worth revisiting this? Like, you know what I mean? Because I do think it's interesting. Because, here, am I able to play this?
And which was basically that, maybe specifically in this political climate, like, white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like, that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
The criticism of the content, which was basically,
like, are you, like, okay, listen, the interviewer, not great. But, like, are you dumb? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of, like, is it really that, like, imperative that you, like, pander to your, like, right-wing gooner audience? You know, when you're trying to, like, put out this, like, progressive movie about, like, a gay boxer who, like, you know, suffers trauma, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of weird, right? Like, it is kind of weird. Yeah, she said, "Let me try to help you clear your name." Yeah, this interviewer, like, said, yeah, literally, like, "Let me try to help you out." It's, like, kind of wild. I don't like her, but I don't think people are I think people are kind of pushing a narrative about her movie flopping. Nobody even knew it was releasing. IDK, if her personality is fully to blame. Maybe it's because, like, I'm just in award season circles, but, like, I knew this was coming out. And, like, I don't know, in another life before all this, like, this American Eagle bullshit happened, I probably would have gone to see it, because it's at the AMC that we go to. Like, we get to see a lot of these movies that other folks don't get to see. Like, in another life, I probably would have been like, yeah, I'll go see that movie. And now, like, me and Brian are like, fucking no. I don't want to go see it. Hello, Anthony Gramuglia. Sydney Sweeney is auditioning for a remake of Birth of a Nation. That's fucking crazy. Oh my lord. I think she might be pissed because she might think the accusations are absurd, so she won't answer out of spite, maybe. They're not absurd, though. You know what I mean? All you have to do is, like, is disavow, like, this weird shit that these, like, Nazis have been projecting upon her. Like, it's not that weird. Barbara would have had her crying, R.I.P. Barbara Walters. There's a wave of celebrities, Jennifer Lawrence, Billy Bob Thornton, pandering to be like, celebrities shouldn't speak on politics. I mean, I think it's more out of self-interest than anything else. But this is, like, so blatant. You know what I mean? Like, it's like when that criticism, like, has been so, like, direct, you know? I don't know. I feel like it's weird. Wasn't she in a movie with Amanda Seyfried? Yeah, I think it's like The Housemaid. I think I saw the trailer for that and it looked kind of bad. Sydney Sweeney, star of 2027's version of Gone with the Wind. Is that real or are you memeing? I would like to connect it to a larger conversation of who else is pandering and how the inverse has happened and what does that mean. Others have discussed the move towards blue. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like the story of our time, right? In the sense that these famous people, we put so much stock in what they say and they do, but at the same time, it's just like, it's very transparently like what is relevant for them. You know what I mean? Hello, happy I get to catch the stream before work. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Barbara Walters would have torn Sweeney a new asshole. Yeah. My BF is vaguely aware of the Sweeney drama, and I was trying to find a video explaining for him. Well, I do have a video. I have a video called "How the Internet Fell Out of Love with Sydney Sweeney." And I also have, if you go to Foreign's channel, Foreign Fridays, I also talked about this with him on a stream once at length. So those are two resources if you want to know about like the original American Eagle controversy. But this is more of like a post American Eagle. Are her choices reflecting in like her work? You know what I mean? I should probably take like that fucking Hitler meme off the screen right now. Yeah, I'm kind of just scrolling through what's going on here. Yeah, so that's the Sydney Sweeney stuff. I don't know. The movie's actually pretty good. Sucks that she alienated all the audiences who would have been interested. Yeah, exactly. Like, again, in another life, I would have been like, yeah, I'll go see this movie. And now I'm like, fuck it. Like, gross, you know? Why does Sydney have to apologize for something she never did? Is everyone else projecting MAGA onto her when she talked about politics ever? Because, okay, well, I'm going to engage in this in good faith, I guess. But one, it's because people found out that she is a registered Republican. Two, when you can, whatever opinion you have about the American Eagle ad being a dog whistle, a certain fan base or certain like subsect of the internet very much attached themselves onto it and began this rallying cry of, you know, Sydney Sweeney is MAGA, you know what I mean? The White House was commenting on it. So if that attention is brought to you, whether or not you agree with the inciting incident and whether or not it was intentional, I would argue that you have a responsibility to be like, I disavow white supremacy if you have all of the white supremacists in your corner chanting your name. Does that make sense? Sorry, I'm catching up, everybody. Boo the host. Puns are problematic. Dude, who are you? Are you a fan of me or are you just in here to debate because Sydney Sweeney's in the title? What the fuck are you, dude? Listen. Literally no one was talking about eugenics except radical liberals. Okay, well that is a really funny way to get banned from the chat. Fuck that guy. You have nothing better to do with your time than like debate with a streamer who you don't know because you saw Sydney Sweeney in the title. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking loser. Sydney Sweeney should have stayed buff from the shoot and gone on to star in action films. Wait, didn't we have a MAGA actress like that? Tomatoes in the chat. Tomatoes. Sydney Sweeney isn't calling you back, bro. Listen, if I was famous and a bunch of people said to me, hey, you're a white supremacist that got famous because of a show about a black lesbian drug addict that fell in love with a trans woman, I'd say something. Yeah. That summarizes it pretty succinctly, unfortunately. It's so funny. How hyped were you when Zoran won? I was very hyped. Yeah, somebody was just rage baiting me. That's really funny. The concept of not wanting to clear your name when everyone is calling you a Nazi is so, like, for real. Oh my god. Sorry, I feel like I missed stuff in the chat while I was, like, yelling at that guy. But yeah, the Euphoria drama is people being like, oh, yeah, like, there's some kind of, like, Daily Mail report that Zendaya and Sydney Sweeney are beefing, which I don't know if I believe entirely just because like after all this happened, Sydney Sweeney was like with Hunter Schafer. Like I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that. Somebody asked if I saw Smiling Friends in the Chair Company. I love Smiling Friends. It's my favorite show. Zach Hadel, Heart. I love Smiling Friends. It's me and Brian's favorite show. We are obsessed with it. Chair Company with Tim Robinson, I haven't seen. I would like to see it though. Cool. Clocking back to the work. Have a great rest of the stream. Thank you so much. Euphoria still happening is hilarious because it's like, why is that happening? You know what I mean? It's been hinted Hunter has her own problematic views. I feel like I'm vaguely familiar with what you're talking about, but I don't know entirely. I feel like I remember hearing something like that. I wish I could keep up with like everybody and everybody's, you know. Who is Blondie? I don't know what you're referring to. Yeah, she's just been showing her ass constantly, and I'm glad her box office poll is showing for it. I mean, yeah, it's like curious to see how Euphoria press will go. I still don't even know. Like, I still don't even believe Euphoria is coming out. That's crazy. That's crazy. Society has moved past the need for Euphoria. Ain't that the goddamn truth? What was Euphoria even about? Euphoria, I have a couple videos on Euphoria. Euphoria was a really good show for the first season, but it was like kind of a fluke because it was like kind of like Skins. It was like no plot, just vibes. And then Sam Levinson got too much of an ego, and also he's kind of a pervert. In parentheses, derogatory. And just like completely shit the bed for season 2, and it was like so bad. But it, you know. Oh, Hunter Schafer was caught sharing transmedicalist views. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. I hate that. Boo, stinky. Don't like that. Like how Stranger Things is no longer needed. Yeah, Stranger Things is another like shit. Stranger Things and Euphoria, I'm like, how is that still happening? How are those things still happening? You know what I mean? Like it's been too long. It's been too much. BoJack is great. I mean, I don't know what that's kind of random, but yeah, BoJack is great. BoJack's a great show. BoJack's the only show I had to take a break from when I first watched it because I was too sad. I watched it in college and I was like, I need to take an actual break from this and come back because it made me too depressed. But BoJack rules. Sorry, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Stop screen. Here we go. I'm back. Hello to the 200 people in here hanging out. What is a transmedicalist? I don't feel like fully comfortable speaking on that as like a non-trans person, but basically it's the idea that you have to medically transition to be valid as trans, and so therefore like that non-binary people are not valid under the trans identity and umbrella. Stinky. Non-binary people are valid. Fuck off. Anyway, hope that was like a good quick explanation. Desi said Kayla's Euphoria series was so tea. Get into it. Thank you, Desi. Appreciate that. Have you seen Long Story Short? What is? Oh, is that the Will Arnett movie? I haven't seen it yet, but when we went to AMC for Die My Love, Bradley Cooper was there for that, and he looked very different. I don't think his plastic surgeon is doing right by him. So yeah. I'm valid as fuck. Yeah, you're valid as fuck. Everybody's valid as fuck. But yeah, so that is the Sydney Sweeney thing. I don't know if there's enough. Like, okay, first of all, if y'all have suggestions for what you would like me to talk about this week, because I'm not seeing anything like crazy, you know? So like, if you have any suggestions for things you would like me to make videos on, please let me know. But that was one of my ideas, just because I do think it's interesting that like, oh no, it's the consequences of my actions. Oh no. Like, and you start a gaming channel, please. I don't have the right infrastructure for a gaming channel because I don't have a PC. So like it's really not like my current situation is not optimal for like OBS or streaming or anything like that. So yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat. Talk about Glorilla. What do you want me to say? I like Glorilla. I like her music. GTA 6 delay, for real. How the internet fell in love with Stranger Things, maybe? I've done a similar video, like, kind of without that title, like, a while ago. Arkham Stream. I mean, I would love to if I had a PC. Listen, at one point I thought I was getting a gaming PC sponsor, and they didn't go through with it because I don't have enough men in my audience. But like, if I ever get a gaming PC sponsor, like, you will see me streaming on Twitch playing games. But I do not have, like, we play games, but we play on Xbox and we play like old shitty like Wii games. You know what I mean? Like, I have an Xbox. I don't know if like that is like dependent enough to stream. I'm not really sure what the infrastructure of that is, but. Have you seen Pluribus? Yes. Pluribus rules. I guess I can talk about that. I put that in the thumbnail, like what I've been watching recently, along with Frankenstein. Pluribus is Vince Gilligan's new show. Vince Gilligan is the creator of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and he worked on the X-Files. Personal hero of mine. Love his work. Love his writing. And he just came up with a new show, on Apple TV Plus called Pluribus, starring Rhea Seehorn, who was in Better Call Saul, and it's fantastic. It's awesome. Sorry, chat's moving fast. No, as in Glorilla is beefing with Megan, apparently. I don't know, guys. Ever since I made that Lana Ethel Cain video, people are like, oh, cover this random beef. But I'm like, I don't have much to say about certain, like, arguments with people. Cardi versus Nicki, same thing. I'm like, what? It's literally just gonna be me reading tweets. You know, like, I don't know. It's not really my thing. Have you ever played the Persona games? No. I feel like this discussion about pop culture is getting overshadowed by the current political climate. I agree with that. Let's see. Sorry. Are there any non-Marvel DC comic properties you like? Does The Boys count? We like The Boys. Yes, I did share my thoughts on the Grammy noms already. Have you seen Begonia yet? I thought Begonia was fine. I'm not like a big Yorgos fan normally, so yeah, I don't know. Brian and I like both thought it was okay. Have you seen Nuremberg? I'm seeing it later today. I have not seen that yet. Pluribus is awesome. Yeah, Pluribus rules. Sorry. Chat. So much is happening. Oh, Invincible. Yeah, I like Invincible a lot. Invincible rules. Great show. Did you see that Moist Critical had a conversation with Aaron Paul? Is that legit or is that like a meme? I saw the thumbnail of that somewhere. Your son's favorite color is 5 was the finishing move. Cardi won. Yeah, I know there's not much to say about, I don't know, like, rap beef from me. Like, what could I offer about the context of rap beef? You know what I mean? It's not really, it's whatever. Have you read the most recent Hunger Games novel? No, I have to get all caught up on Hunger Games because Kieran Culkin's going to be in the new movie, and that's enough for me to like want to get caught up on it. Yeah, okay. Let me just say, I have to say this like once every 5 streams. We are never getting How the Internet Fell in Love with Nicki Minaj. You are never getting it from me. You are never getting it. It's never happening. I'm sorry. It is not worth my mental sanity. It is not worth my mental sanity. It is not worth it. It will never be worth it. I don't care. Sorry. Oh, because they're both in Dispatch, the game. Okay, interesting. I have to check that out later. Desi said, late comment, but trans medicalist views are honestly highly subjective to trans people and all their respective experiences. All in all, protect the dolls, the dudes, and the divas in between. Yes, Desi. Agreed. Have you been enjoying Smiling Friends Season 3? Yes. Brian and I love that show. It's our favorite show. Brian and I exclusively speak to each other some days, like, in Smiling Friends quotes. Like, we just say Smiling Friends quotes all the time. Yes. Shout out to Zach Hadel. Shout out to all of the Oni Plays gang. We love them. Celebrity drama has been a bit dry. I know, guys. I'm at like a weird crossroads where I'm like, I kind of just want to do news. You know, like I wish I could do like a Philip DeFranco style news channel, but I can't. So that sucks. I don't know. Are you going to go to the Smiling Friends pop-up in Brooklyn next weekend? We might. I have a feeling it's going to be crazy. So, I don't know. Possibly. Have you ever watched Regular Show? Yeah, Regular Show rules. Dude, do you like Super Monkey Ball? Oh my god. Dude, you like Super Monkey Ball? I knew I liked you, Pim. Bring it in, brother. The fucking rotoscoping. Oh my god. So funny. That was the best episode of the season. It was the camping episode. Let's see. Yes, Kim K failed her bar exam. That was the other thing in the thumbnail. That All's Fair video did really well. If you don't know, Kim Kardashian... let me pull this up here. Awkwardly fumbling around here. Boo the host. Let's see. I have to get a little bit more specific here with what I'm looking for. Yeah, okay. Hold on. Let me share my screen. Bro, Muscle Man is the goat. The Super Monkey Ball part had no right to be that fluidly animated. Yeah, I wish Brian was here because Brian and I, we just love Smiling Friends so much. He's at work right now. FD Signifier has a good Nicki video. That is usually where I direct people. Go watch FD Signifier. Go watch his Nicki Minaj video. It's very good. It's better than anything that I could ever do. There are some topics where it's just the video has already been made. Go watch it. You know what I mean? I'm going to share my screen to Twitter again. Okay, so this is the other thing I wanted to talk about was Kim Kardashian for the last 8 years or so has been, and I mentioned this in the video that I did about All's Fair, has been trying to take the California bar exam, which is, to my knowledge, the hardest bar exam to pass. But she hasn't done undergrad. She hasn't done graduate school. She hasn't done law school. She's basically just using ChatGPT and private tutoring to study for the bar so she can declare herself as a lawyer and do nothing with that. And so she doesn't make the choice to publicly announce this. I think the bar results are just public. So people just find out whenever she fails the bar. And so would you ever do a video about Tyler Perry? FD Signifier also has a video coming out on that. Go watch it from him. Yeah. I wouldn't, but sorry, I'm catching up. I can't escape that family. Everything I've learned about them has been against my will. Real. Imagine studying with ChatGPT were truly cooked. And also the post that she made about it. Well, I'm not a lawyer yet. I just play a very well-dressed one on TV. Falling short isn't failure, it's fuel. Okay, that's ChatGPT written. She literally had her statement written by fucking ChatGPT. Let's be so for real. And that's so annoying to me. I'm just why? I don't know. Just very frustrating. But that All's Fair video did well, so whatever. Thoughts on the Michael Jackson trailer? That movie looks like ass. All musical biopics are ass. That movie's discourse is literally going to break twitter.com. I, for one, will just be watching. I didn't realize you could just take the bar anytime you wanted without law school. Yeah, you can. I mean, not in every state, I don't think. I think in California you can take it whenever. Why on earth would she be studying using ChatGPT? Because she's an idiot. I need more people to realize that all of our celebrities a lot of them are just really fucking stupid. Speaking of ChatGPT, Kim admitted on a lie detector test that she was struggling with it while studying for the bar. Real. Thank you so much, Kayla. I'm not a fan of the MJ film too. I mean, I don't like music biopics in general. I never have. I think they're useless. But I think that one is it goes beyond the realm of useless and it's harmful. You know what I mean? Michael Jackson has a very, I don't know, I could write an entire goddamn dissertation about this, about how his narrative has been so counter to every other kind of narrative that we've seen of famous people. And I just think that it's not, I feel the same way about it that I do about the Broadway show. It's just not, I don't think it's necessary. And I say that as someone, obviously, loves Michael Jackson's music. Everyone loves Michael Jackson's music, but like, there's a lot of very real, alive pain there that I don't think we need to revisit, quite frankly. I still remember you saying music biopics have no rewatchability. Like, it's so true. Even though we saw the Bruce Springsteen one a couple weeks ago, and like, it was bad. Like, oh yeah, Jeremy Allen White sounds just like Bruce Springsteen. That's cool. Love that. Good for him. The movie was bad. It was not good. Like, and I say that as someone, like, my dad is the biggest Springsteen fan on the planet. And like, so you know, there's so much that I know that like you can dive into about his like mythos and stuff that just was not in this movie. It's not the movie that they wanted, because a lot of times either the family of the person or the person is directly involved with the making of the movie. So you're never going to get like an honest portrayal that like is involved in anything interesting, you know? None of these movies have anything interesting to say because the people that they're about are like have a heavy hand in making them, you know? It's fucking stupid. It's just like an Oscar bait factory. Make a video about it. No, the Michael Jackson fan base, like, listen, he's not alive, but they're alive and well, and they have shooters, and I'm not interested in engaging because I like people not knowing where my house is. That's like the same, almost on the same par as like me not wanting to engage with the Barbs. What do you mean by counter? It's hard to explain. I just feel like Michael Jackson was so big that he's almost like uncancelable, and there's just so much misinformation about like what he did, what he didn't do. You know, it's just like so much to be able to effectively tackle, and I don't think any media, fictional or otherwise, has done like a proper job of that. You know, because it's never left like the 2009 sensational tabloid problematic realm. You know, they were going to address the allegations in the movie, but they had to cut it in the last minute because they were not allowed to talk about it. Yeah, it was like an agreement with not the estate, but I think one of the victims' families or something. I feel like we'll never truly know everything. That's how I feel. You know, it's just, he was so beloved. It's just one of those things where I just, you're never going to get like an honest depiction of the situation, you know? I'm sorry about the Rangers game Saturday. Was that the Islanders game? Because, yeah, fuck that shit. We finally won at home, though. Scariest fandoms? Barbs are up there. Michael Jackson's up there. Melanie Martinez fans are up there. Who else? Taylor fans are, like, harmless. There's just a lot of them, though. And they think they're smart. I've said this before. And that's not, like, toxic. That's just annoying. Barbs is Nicki Minaj's fan base. I have heard of Walk Hard. I've never seen it. Brian's seen it. He likes that movie. Yeah, Michael Jackson is a lightning in a bottle moment. I don't feel like anything can ever capture his life or fame. Yeah, like I said, the discourse about him never evolved past like the 2009 crazy speculating tabloid shit. And I don't think it ever will. And I think all it does is, like, it does harm to people, you know? I would like to see Nicki's husband's ankle monitor heavily featured in the Nicki biopic. I made my peace with Melanie many moons ago. Yeah, for those, this is like old channel lore, but I don't know, back like when I had like 20k followers, it wasn't how the internet felt of love video. It was more just like an analysis of like Melanie Martinez's like fan base and rebrand and discourse, like stuff I still do on here a lot. And, you know, it was fun. Like, I was fine. I don't know. I obviously like touched on the allegations, but then like after I did that, some like anonymous Melanie Martinez Instagram account started like photoshopping fake messages in which they implied that I was like talking to somebody underage, but I was not. It was literally just like a generic like screenshot of a random like Android phone being like, this is tag me on Instagram. And I was like, what the fuck? You fucking weirdos. Like, fucking weirdos. So yeah, no thank you. Gypsy Rose too, but that was like anti-Gypsy Rose people who were like true crime brained and were trying to, you know, explained to me that this woman who was a victim of Munchausen's by proxy, fucking, you know, is not a good or like well developed person outside of prison. I wonder why. Dumbasses. Like, at this point, everyone should leave Britney alone. Britney's another one I don't want to touch because I think Britney Spears right now is also kind of like that conversation's devolving into like conspiratorial territory because she's been posting like these weird videos on Instagram and people are like, oh, it's not really her. It's a body double. Britney Spears is dead. And I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I don't know. Weird people go that far from people who don't know they exist. I mean, yeah. I mean, stan culture like is a disease. It's a plague, and it's used as like a replacement for social belonging that these antisocial kids don't get, and that's what happens. You know, it's just like a weird fucked up sense of finding community because they don't have community outside. I think we should all start getting comfortable with the fact that we don't know things. Don't know what that's in reference to specifically, but I agree with you. Didn't she delete her Insta? Britney Spears? I think she did. I might be back. I don't know. That's one I've been debating about just because. What did you do with the people posting fake screenshots of? Yeah, I mean, I just blocked them because I was like, what the like, and I posted on my community tab, and I was like, this it's so obviously not real. It's just like a random generic screenshot of an Android phone, and also like, it's not like the screenshot was like in broken English, so it's like what and like if you went down on the profile, they were just doing this to anyone who talks shit about Melanie Martinez, and it was the same fucking screenshot over and over again. Like, it was crazy. Like, it literally, if I wanted to like go that far, I could have like found who that was and legitimately sued for defamation. You know what I mean? I just didn't because I was like, okay, this is a stupid motherfucker. Like, parasocialism is beating people's asses. Real. In the olden days, we had Tumblr and that was okay. Now kids cause chaos on Twitter and are not well. Yeah, I've said this before. The Tumblr ban had just a really unfortunate ripple effect for the rest of the internet where everyone's just like permanently like stunted growth, like immature children. People need to stop idolizing celebrities. I mean, I guess that's a good blanket way to describe what goes on here. Talking about Taylor's album, it's fine. It's whatever. It's like kind of bad. The Tumblr, yeah, the Exodus ruined the internet. They should just crowdfund like AO3 and bring back the porn. There's a really fucking funny joke in Only Murders in the Building this season where Selena Gomez like talks about having a Tumblr, and Steve Martin is like, isn't that a porn site? And Martin Short is like, not anymore, they ruined it. I was like, that's so fucking funny. Thoughts on the Grammy noms this year? We talked about it. I thought they were kind of boring. Yeah, what's it like on Tumblr? I haven't been on Tumblr in a minute. Did they bring back can you put porn on Tumblr now? Like, did they actually crack down on it, or did they just say that they were going to? Was Tumblr good, or was everyone just 14? I think you can say that about like any experience you've had on the internet or any experience you've had in adolescence. We talked about corn and suddenly we have 211 people. Damn. Yeah, this is a very well-attended stream, you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. If you're just joining, tell me what you think I should make a video about, because I don't know, and I gotta figure it out. Let me know. What's your discourse on video game soundtracks nominated for the Grammys? Don't really have much of an opinion on that. Have you seen Begonia? Yes, I have. I thought it was fine. Not a big Yorgos person. I thought it was pretty good. Okay, so they still banned the porn on Tumblr. No, they banned porn on Tumblr, but K-pop fics are epic, not gonna lie. I mean, is it like, okay, so I consider some fanfics to be like written porn. Is that still allowed? Or is it like, oh, no porn, like no porn at all, you know? The Epstein files, or is that off topic to make a video about? I listen, I've said this before, that's one of those topics that I feel always veers into like true crime exploity, and like I'm not really interested in that because gross. Yes, written porn is allowed. Okay, got it. Nothing interesting happening in the pop space. I know, guys. It's like I'm just hoping things pick up around award season. But I think it's kind of interesting because I think the South Park guys said this like a couple days ago where they were like, oh, you know, making the joke about like South Park being political and stuff. But like, oh, like why is everything political now? And it's because like pop culture and politics are like one and the same now, you know? Because it's like when you have like the White House commenting on like Sydney Sweeney in the pop culture news of the day, like how is that not, you know, like the same thing, you know? Do you usually do multi-part How the Internet Fell Out of Love videos? No, I've never done one. Are you talking about like in reference to like making a Sydney Sweeney video? If I made a Sydney Sweeney video, it wouldn't be like How the Internet Fell Out of Love Part 2. I would just make one about like the new kind of discourse. Downfall of streaming services. It's been happening for a while. As if South Park hasn't always been inherently political, yeah. Where did you talk about the nominations? I talked about it on my Patreon, and I also talked about it in the beginning of the stream a little bit. On the bright side, gay marriage hasn't been banned. That's legitimately surprising. I really thought they were going to ban it. But they didn't, so wow. They did exactly one good thing. Cool. Thoughts on 6-7? Man. Made me ill with that comment. Ill. Physically ill. Francis Ford Coppola and the cost of making bad art. Kind of niche, but IDK. Kind of niche indeed. Kind of niche indeed. Yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know. Either give me video suggestions and I'll tell you what I think about them, or give me random questions and I will answer them in the last kind of part of the stream here. I had no idea you have Patreon. I'm going to check it out. Thanks. Yeah, patreon.com/Kayla Says. You can also find it in my link tree. We have a really cool community over there. I'm about 200 folks. I post twice a week on there, if you're not familiar. I can link it, actually. Let me just like link it in the chat. Patreon. Yeah, I started this about like a couple years ago. I don't like plug it as much because I don't ever want to come off as like give me money. Because it's whatever. It's basically a place for me to like talk about stuff that I don't make videos about. Can I like share this? Why is Patreon like this? Give me a sec. Copy link. God damn it. Here we go. So yeah, it's just subscribe for just $2 a month. Bonus content twice a week. On Sundays, I do like a roundup where I talk about like the week's pop culture stories, and I do like 4 a week, like in one video, and then I usually do like a bonus video kind of during the week also about just like a random topic. So, and we also have like a chat on there, so I can like chat with people directly. So, have you ever seen Daria? Yeah, I was Daria for Halloween once. I like Daria. Honestly, Nikki going MAGA might be your only video option. I just don't want to. I don't want to, and that's enough, goddammit. Did you hear the new Lily Allen album? I think the album's good. I'm not really interested in like making content about it though. Not that I'm saying that to you specifically, Chatter. I'm just saying in general, because I think people's relationship drama is boring. Kim K fails the bar video would be interesting. Let's see. Basically, the Patreon is Kayla, but without the YouTube filter. That is true. Yeah, I talk a lot of shit on the Patreon. So, yeah, just $2 a month. Do you know about Dan and Phil? Maybe about the harms of shifting real people and trying to dig for answers in someone's personal life. I do have sort of like an idea of a video I'm doing about that. Because I think that topic's really interesting, and I kind of want to pair it with the sort of like fandom around like hockey shipping culture. because there's a popular like series like show called Heated Rivalry, can't speak, that's coming out on Crave at the end of the month. That's based on a book about gay hockey players and like the whole kind of line between like fandom and fiction and like real life like shipping. So that's coming out later. But yeah. Thank you. I'm definitely joining. You have a very likable personality, and I do miss when you don't upload here. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for joining. Recent Twitch drama stuff. What are we referring to? Twitch is exhausting, man. Love the Patreon. Thank you, Justice. Appreciate it. Eugenia Cooney TikTok drama lawsuit. I have a video about that on Patreon. I can't talk about it here because it'll get restricted. You can't talk about her on here without like age restriction. Did this start on Book Talk? Yeah, kind of. Would you make a follow-up to Jeanette McCurdy's video when Half His Age comes out? Yeah, probably. Thoughts on Addison Rae? She is more uninteresting to me than she is to other people. I don't find anything particularly interesting about her, but other people do, so good for them. American Horror Story Season 13 was just announced. I mean, I think a deeper dive into like Ryan Murphy's whole thing could be warranted. That's just like, it's a big place to start, you know? And I feel like I've kind of like chronicled him over time, so I don't know if that would be like redundant necessarily. Yeah, sorry guys, we can't talk about Eugenia on here because of age restrictions. I'll say like I just think that whole situation is very fucked. Is there enough about Wicked for Good to make a video? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I have to see it. Although I'm kind of hesitant to say anything about it this time around because I got fucking dragged to shit the last time we talked about it. Three-part Ryan Murphy series, pre-Glee, Glee, and post-Glee now. Aren't we all living in a world that is just pre- and post-Glee? You know? Oh, the Hassan shock collar stuff. I do talk about that on Patreon. Yeah, I think that like the Twitch drama industrial complex is like melting everybody's brains. And that's like a good example of that because, you know, everybody on Twitch just like has a hate boner for Hassan. And like they just use that to like drive policy on the platform, and I think that's really unproductive and dumb. Did you ever do a video about the Tate McRae and Morgan Wallen thing? I did, and it like flopped, and I was like, and I unlisted it. So also, all of my unlisted content is available on Patreon. Are you watching Welcome to Derry? No. Kayla being fair or even positive to something is dragged about. Yeah, literally. Hassan was patient zero for performative male epidemic. Whatever. I don't know. At this point, like, the opinion you have about Hassan is the opinion you have about him. I don't mind him. You know, like, I think he's fine. And I think, whatever. I'm not going to get into it here. Have you seen the Hollywood TV show on Netflix by Ryan Murphy? No. I mean, I've seen all of Ryan Murphy's big stuff. Like, I've seen Glee, obviously. I've seen American Horror Story. Not all of it, but most of it. What else? Why am I blanking on, like, everything he's made? All's Fair, Scream Queens I've seen. I did a video about Scream Queens, like, way back in the day. It's not on here anymore. Who's that behind you? Hey, Runner Eye. You talking about my little ghost friend? He's just chilling. You guys can name him if you want. He doesn't have a name. Hassan's a largely positive figure, but when he misses, he really misses. Yeah, listen. That's a can of worms I don't want to get into. You know what I mean? It's also weird because it's just like I don't like I'm not to be like I'm friends with some of Hassan's friends, but like I don't like getting into that if I don't have to. That's why I don't cover like YouTube drama most of the time because it's like I know these people. You know, I know these guys. Like that's also why I feel weird talking about the Grammys sometimes, low key, because we have a friend who's like in the Recording Academy, and so I always feel weird like talking about it like publicly. Maybe something a review on one battle after another. Possibly. I literally missed everything. Was it a yay or a nay on Frankenstein? It was a yay. I think Frankenstein is awesome. I think Frankenstein is great. Addison Rae was in Ryan Murphy's Ed Gein show? That's crazy. Lily Allen video in the works? No. Sorry. I talked about this a little bit earlier. I don't find people's relationship drama to be like that interesting for me to like get into. Like, oh, David Harbour's a bad person. I'm not surprised. OMG, hi Kayla, how are you? I'm so glad I finally caught your stream again. Hello, Something Original. Did you see Pose? Yes, I saw Pose. I like Pose. Ryan Murphy shouldn't be allowed to make true crime content. I agree. I have a video about that. So late to the stream, but I'm seeing Frankenstein at an SF screening with Guillermo del Toro in attendance. That's awesome. I love Guillermo del Toro. I love him so much. Like, maybe that's a blind spot, but I also think that he gets like an undue amount of shit. I don't know, because he doesn't make the movies that people want him to make. And I think that sucks, because I think he's like one of the most talented people working today. I will defend Guillermo del Toro with my life, goddammit. Millie Bobby Brown also filed a lawsuit against David Harbour. Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know if that's true, though. Wasn't that like another Daily Mail thing? I don't know. You're from SF, that's your city? I've never been to SF before. I have a good friend from there, but never been there. I've been to California, though. I've been to Los Angeles, and I've been to Anaheim, even though it's kind of the same place, and San Diego, and Palm Springs. I think that's all the places I've been to in California. Would you recommend watching Dahmer? No. I mean, I haven't watched it, but I just think that that true crime, like, exploitative bullshit is stupid and dumb. Come to Ireland, Diva. Pierce, I would love to come to Ireland. My sister is doing a study abroad program there next year for her master's, so I might come visit her there. I've always, like, wanted to go there. I've been to England, but I haven't been to Ireland. Shirt is giving gray. My shirt? What college? I don't know. I have to ask her. I'm not really keen on all of the details, but it's like a 3-week course for her master's degree. Wait, maybe don't say hello. Yeah, I honestly don't know. I would tell you if I knew, but I don't. But she's gonna be there in January, I think. So I might use that as an excuse to go visit her. She's getting a master's in library science, which is kind of fun. Bay Area, the home of everyone's favorite word. What are we talking about? How's New York treating you? New York is great. I mean, I said this on Twitter. We're going to probably move not like in 2026, but in 2027. Because we're in this apartment for like a little while longer. And then we are considering moving to New Jersey so we can buy a house after we get married. Because we have enough money. We will have enough money. We do have enough money now for a house, but like, it's hard to like buy real estate in the city because everything's here it's so expensive. Like, you know, for a 2-bedroom like real condo or house or townhouse here, it's like $3 million, which we do not have. So we are probably going to do the like move to Jersey and buy a house thing or a condo. And we're looking into Hoboken. If you have any opinions on Hoboken, let me know. But yeah, so that means like I only have, you know, a year or two left of Zoran as my mayor before I have to move. Property tax is high here in NJ. Yeah, I know. It's you weigh the risks and the benefits. Moving because Mom Donnie won. Wow. Yeah, for real. Just kidding. We love Zoran. I wish Zoran could be my mayor. Listen, I'm very excited for Zoran and I'm excited for him to freeze the rent. But he's like, no, I make too much money for him to freeze my rent, which is totally fine. But, you know, Cake Boss is from Hoboken. Yeah, it is. I've only ever been to Hoboken once to go with my friends for my friend's like 10th birthday to the Cake Boss bakery. So I've never been to Hoboken outside of that. Brian and I are actually going to go and we're going to like check it out and like take recommendations and like see if we have, you know, because there's like condos we could buy right now. We're not going to buy them right now, but yeah. Hoboken is great. If you can find a good place, I'd say do it. Yeah, we want to like the next place. Now that I don't know why I'm like divulging all of my business on stream. The next place that Brian and I like want to go, like we want it to be like more of a permanent place. because we have enough money to like be able to own something. So we would like whatever we buy to be like our, you know, forever-ish home kind of thing. So Columbus, Ohio is where everything's at. I've never been to Ohio. Derek lives in Ohio, and I need to visit. He lives in Cleveland, and I need to visit him. I was supposed to last year, and then like a bunch of shit happened, and I couldn't go. But hopefully I'll get out there at some point. Wow, Kayla wanting to support you won't get nor need. What a radical. It's funny. Yeah, like so, like I don't understand people because like yeah, I make too much money for anything that Zoran wants to do to like affect me. You know what I mean? He's not freezing my rent, like, you know. But it's like I want that for other people. I love this city. I want other people to be able to move here and enjoy it. What a hot take! Goddamn. I don't think that this should be a place exclusively for the rich. Shoot me, I guess. I don't know. That, you know, whatever. Just wanted to say, was having a pretty shit day yesterday, and I rewatched your Nikki Blonsky video, and the Long Island montage you gave me a big laugh. I really needed it, so thank you. That's one of my favorite videos I did this year. I love that video. North Jersey is nice, but the roads up there are kind of nightmarish. I mean, yeah, Jersey has its own problems. Wait, was it AI? I just thought it was because it was monetizing something that was just for the fans / fun. Wait, what are you talking about? Are you excited to make a new season of Rid Recap? Because I'm excited to listen. Yes, Rid Recap comes back in December or January, whenever the Meet Queens drops. If you don't know, that is a Drag Race podcast that I co-host with Derek, also known as the Drag Detective. We do weekly reviews of RuPaul's Drag Race. I mean, it's fun. It's just kind of like a fun way to like hang out with my friend and talk about the show that I like. And everyone is like super mean to me about it every single week because they don't like when I talk about Drag Race. So it's fun though. For a non-US person, how hard is it to get to the proper city if you were in New Jersey? Why, or do all New Yorkers, especially like in SNL bits, make fun of NJ not really being part of it, and why? I mean, there's parts of it that are really close to New York. So like we would be moving to a part that is close to New York. Like you can get to the Manhattan from Hoboken in like a very short amount of time. So, but New Jersey is its own state. And so half of New Jersey is like more New York culture, and like the other half of New Jersey is more like Philly culture. It's like big, you know? I concur with North Jersey is very congested. Yes, we know. I used to work up there. I used to work in Inglewood Cliffs when I worked at CNBC. And like, dude, having to like live in proximity to the George Washington Bridge, nightmare. But, you know, we want to be able to, like, afford. Like, we could either afford, like, a nice house or, like, a really small apartment or, like, permanent apartment or condo in Brooklyn and New York, and we would rather have, like, a nice house. So. Been waiting for Rigged Recap. Yeah, coming back soon. Central Jersey. Yeah, I mean, I have friends in Jersey. Listen, I have people, like, when I worked at NBC, like, everybody I knew owned property in Jersey and just commuted to Manhattan. It's just because, like, New York is so, unfortunately, just so unaffordable, which is why Zoran should freeze the rent and make it a more affordable place to work and live. Oh, I have a question. Do you have a particular video that you're really proud of? Oh my goodness. That's a great question. I'm trying to think. Let me go back and look for it for you. There's like favorites of mine that I've had. Let's see. If I go and look at my own channel. Oh, it says I'm live right now. That's crazy. I really like that Foreign was in the chat before, but I really like the Ariana Grande and Foreign the video that Foreign was in. It was earlier this year. I also really liked the video I did about the TikTok ban because that felt like more of like a straight news piece. I really like the Jeanette McCurdy video. I like a lot of the stuff that I made this year. I feel like this year, and I say this every year, was like the year I finally got good at making videos. But I guess those two were really fun to make and really good. The most scary man I've ever met was from New Jersey, and the idea of it frightens me now. That's valid. New Jersey's unhinged. Where's the Severance building? I think the Severance building is in Westchester. That's where Brian's from. I could be wrong about that, though. I think it's in Westchester. People live in PA and they commute to NY. Yeah, they do what they got to do because it's so unaffordable. and it sucks. Like I would never leave the city if I could like afford to buy a place here, but alas, I cannot because I don't currently possess $3 million or the mortgage equivalent of paying $3 million. So the Lana vs. Ethel was so funny. Yeah, tell me what your favorite videos were this year, guys. That's interesting intel for me. Yes, we did talk about Sydney Sweeney already. What do you like about New York? I mean, I'm from New York. For those who don't know, I guess this is my like track of time living in the world. I am from Long Island, so I grew up like around the city a lot. I was here all the time, and I always like wanted to live here. And then I went to school in Boston, so that was like my training ground city. I went to college there. I went to Emerson, for folks who know that school. And then after college, I went upstate and I worked in Albany, New York for 2 years as a producer at a local news station because I wanted to like break into TV. Then I moved to New York City proper in 2022. And I've been living here ever since. So that is my track record of everything. You know what we NYers say about Long Island. Listen, I'm not running defense for Long Island. Trust me, I'm from Suffolk. Like damn. OMG, you come from Cuomo Central. Yeah, literally. Big Cheese says, you went to Emerson? Ew, imagine going to college in Boston. Oh, Leo. Listen. The Big Cheese knows about Emerson all too well. The Jared Leto one was really good in the book talk one. I actually really liked the book talk video too. That was like one of my favorite ones that I made this year. And I'm happy because it eventually picked up steam. Like I just made that video for me because I was interested in it. And it was cool that like, I feel bad because I inadvertently spawned like a zillion videos on that topic. That happens to me sometimes where like I will get to something earlier than other people do. And then it becomes like the commentary, I don't know, topic of the month. I enjoyed the Demi Lovato rebrand video. Thank you. T-Swift video was good. I also like the Pedro Pascal video. Thank you. The Superman video, I love it. The Superman video was just like fun and stupid and unhinged. The TikTok ban one was great. Your channel got recommended to me when your Succession video came out, so I've got a soft spot for that one. Also, I saw you cross over on a Succession Cast IG page. I love Succession Cast IG. They're a mutual of mine. Wow, you've been here for a while then. I have a hard time like gauging how long people have been here because my channel like has gone through so many, iterations over the years. I've successfully manicured it into like what I want it to look like now. But yeah, there's probably like 100 unlisted videos I have on here that people have seen or not seen at some point in time. The Blake Lively videos are what got me to discover your channel, so thanks for always spilling the tea for me. I remember the Pit Crew era. Yeah, for those who like are very new here, I used to like, when I worked in news and I was first starting out, I was very nervous about having like a public channel, so I had like a little like Pit Crew avatar that I would talk behind. Was the Blake Lively Justin Baldoni drama video this year? I think one of them was this year. I think it was the last one that I made that was this year. I think. Would you ever make another part to the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni? No. Fuck no. Fuck no. I am done with that. Never again. Never again. No, thank you. I've been here since Bad Cinderella. That was a long time ago. Yeah, Bad Cinderella was a long time ago. Queer Eye. Yeah, Queer Eye brought a lot of people in. That was like a random 10-minute video that I made. Like, that wasn't even that good. And that one, like, yeah, that one blew up a lot. I think The Real Friends of WeHo was my first one. Oh my god, that's a big throwback. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, that was when I used to make videos mostly about reality TV. Do you have any travel vacation plans? So we're going to Miami at the end of the year for New Year's because I got tickets for the Rangers playing the Panthers at the Stadium Series. So we're spending New Year's there. Next year, I don't know. We usually travel a lot, but we're kind of limiting it next year because we're getting married, so we need a lot of our time off to be able to go get married and then have a honeymoon. So Big Cheese said, motherfuckers, I've been here since before there was a channel. Real. Big Cheese and I go way back. I've been here since Dance Moms. Wow, that was like 2020. Brendan Urie video was my first one. Yeah, Brendan Urie video got a lot of, yeah. I brought a lot of people here. Toxic Gossip Train, that one was funny. Bon Appetit was my first. Yeah, Bon Appetit brought a lot of new people in here. Zoe 102, Drag Race, Real Friends of WeHo. Yeah, I've lived 1,000 lives since then, y'all. I've lived 1,000 lives. It's funny because I just came across some like comment about me somewhere, like in the wild, which happens sometimes if I'm on Reddit. Like I will just find things about me unprompted if I'm like reading things about like in like r/YouTube or whatever, and somebody was like, oh, like I miss like Kayla says only does celebrity drama now. Like she was way better when she was like a Drag Race and reality TV channel. I was only making those videos because like I wanted people to watch my stuff, and that's what people were watching at the time, you know? Like I always wanted to be a variety channel where I talked about a bunch of different stuff. So I don't know, just like the idea that like, you know, I betrayed myself by not talking about reality TV anymore is like very false, very not true. Also, sorry, this is like very jarring. I have like a big bruise on my arm. I got blood taken, so that's why this looks like this. It's not. I just showed up my arm and I was like, oh shit. How do you know Conan? I don't know Conan personally. I met Conan in a coffee shop next to my apartment a couple days ago. I guess that was last week now. I tell the full story of it on my Instagram. But he was very kind and very nice. And just such a sweet person. Are we going to get more movie reviews as we get into Oscar seasons? Movies that have big discourse, yes. Can't wait for the Kayla Says Arrow store. Would you be interested in doing a Paramore video? Maybe. I don't know. I do know people are interested in that lore. Did Conan like the Dumper shirt? Yes. He saw the Dumper shirt and he was like, oh, are you from Seattle? And I was like, oh no, my best friend's from Seattle and she got this for me. So that was like our first conversation there. And I was like, I'm from New York. I live right over there. A Paramore video would go hard. Maybe. What are your thoughts on Meghan Trainor and the Ozempic allegations? I mean, she's on Ozempic and she's skinny now. I don't know. I don't have much to say about it beyond that. I made one video that's unlisted now where I talked about like my, I don't know, personal feelings surrounding body image and like as it relates to celebrities, and a bunch of people told me that I was projecting and like, you know, that I shouldn't talk about this stuff. So whatever. I wonder who the Oscar villain will be this year. My bet is The Rock, but you never know. You never know. The Oscar villain will emerge. It will emerge, and there will be one. We just don't know who it is yet. Yeah, it sucks. That video was great. It's anytime I talk about like anything. I've said this before. Like most people kind of calculate me or like perceive me. Which is very, I don't know, different than who I am in real life, I guess. But like, you know, I come off, I guess, as like very kind of like stone cold and like dry. And, you know, I'm just like a bitch and I just bitch about everything. Unless I'm talking about like my experience with like SA trauma or like body image. And then people are like, oh, you're a weak, weepy woman who like is projecting and needs to go to therapy and can't handle anything and can't cover these topics because of your personal attachment to it. And it's like, it's very funny. Like, I'm like, wow, I reveal my experiences with certain things and all of a sudden people are like, woman, you know, they're like, oh, gross emotional woman. I'm rooting for the Sinners noms. I would love some Sinners noms. I really would. You seem like a simple girl that you don't want much. I know. And yet I am the devil. The internet is divided about Selena. What happened with Selena? I know she got married. I liked her dress. I thought it was pretty. Why does the world hate women? Girl, I don't know. Have you seen 28 Years Later? No, I don't really like horror movies, and I avoid them unless I really want to see them. So no, I did not watch that. Being a woman on the internet is like being a deer during hunting season. I kid you not, there are people who will click on my videos and realize that I'm a woman because I don't put myself in my my thumbnails, and they'll just be like, woman talking, clicked off, and they'll like tell you that. It's kind of crazy. But I kind of like, I don't know, I kind of, not that I appreciate that, but I'm like, you know what, at least you're honest. At least you're honest, you know? Yeah. Sorry, baby. I don't know what that is. Rebrand to Kyle says when. That's hilarious. No, it's so fun. Like they just get so mad. They're like, "Oh, I was really interested in the topic of this video until I realized it was a girl." And it's like, "Oh no. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for absolutely nothing." Video idea. Are women people? Do they deserve rights? Let's talk. Do people not see the profile picture? No, they don't. Yeah, they don't. They don't, like, it doesn't register to them until they hear my voice, and they're like, wait, woman? Oh, man. What a time, guys. Oh my god, it's already 4 o'clock. Okay. I'm gonna go figure out what to make a video about, and maybe make one, or also maybe not. We'll see. Thanks so much for hanging. This was so lovely. Have a good night. Bye.